In the vast constellation of China's entertainment world, where countless stars flicker brightly only to fade into obscurity, there is one name that has not only endured, but has grown brighter with each passing year: Tan Songyun. To the casual viewer, she may appear as just another actress with a sweet smile and a modest career, but to those who have followed her journey, her story is nothing short of extraordinary, a tale stitched together by resilience, loss, determination, and the kind of authenticity that is increasingly rare in an industry obsessed with glamour and speed. When CCTV, the country's most authoritative broadcaster, openly gave its favor to her in 2025, airing 3 of her dramas back-to-back in primetime slots, it was not just a casual programming decision. It was a national announcement, a recognition that Tan Songyun had transcended the boundaries of being just a performer. She had become a cultural symbol, a standard of purity, diligence, and quiet strength. But to truly understand why this recognition was so monumental, we must rewind the clock and trace her path, a path paved not with privileges, but with relentless perseverance and a heart tested by both triumph and tragedy. Born in 1990 in Xiyang County, Luzhou, Sichuan, Tan Songyun grew up as the only child in a modest household. Unlike the privileged backgrounds many in her industry enjoyed, she had no safety net, no family connections to guide her into acting. What she did have was unwavering love and support from her parents. Her childhood was filled with simple joys, meals cooked with love, evenings filled with laughter, and the security of parents who nurtured her dreams even when others dismissed them. At 15, while her peers were focusing on academics, Tan dreamed of becoming an actress, a dream that seemed audacious for a girl from a small town. Many parents might have discouraged such a risky pursuit, but hers believed in her. They supported her with quiet courage, even submitting applications to film and television companies on her behalf. They did not know if she would succeed, but they knew they owed her the chance to try. Tan's journey into acting was anything but easy. She faced rejection after rejection, often relegated to the background of scenes. When she failed her initial university entrance exam, relatives advised her to give up, urging her to pursue a safer life. But Tan refused to let go. Encouraged by her parents, she tried again and succeeded. She gained admission to the Beijing Film Academy, a victory carved out not by luck, but by persistence. Even then, the road was long. She was typecast into small roles, struggling to get noticed. For years, she lived in the shadow of anonymity, but she carried within her a quiet mantra: fame is a desire, but acting is my true pursuit. Her true breakthrough came in 2011 with The Legend of Zhen Huan. Though her role as Chun'er was minor compared to the show's powerful leads, she left an unforgettable impression. Audiences were charmed by her fresh, innocent presence amid a drama dominated by scheming and power struggles. Chun'er was a supporting role, yet Tan Songyun's sincerity made her unforgettable. Her round face, sparkling eyes, and the unpolished warmth she brought created a character audiences cherished. Almost overnight, she went from being invisible to being remembered. Still, true stardom did not come immediately. She continued to take smaller roles, resisting the temptation to chase quick fame. Instead, she honed her craft, preparing patiently for the moment when a role would demand her full presence. That moment came in 2016 with the youth drama The Best of Us. Tan played Gung Gung, a relatable, raw, and deeply human character who mirrored the struggles and innocence of countless teenagers. The show struck a chord with viewers across China. For the first time, Tan wasn't just a face in the background, she was the heart of the story. Fans connected with her so deeply that they felt as if they were reliving their own school days through her. Critics praised her for her authenticity, and suddenly, Tan Songyun wasn't just promising, she was leading. From there, her career gained momentum, with projects like Fox's Summer, With You, and later Under the Power cementing her as one of the most beloved actresses of her generation. But life, often cruel, tested her when she least expected it. In 2018, Tan's world shattered when her mother was killed in a horrific accident caused by a drunk driver, a man insulated by wealth and privilege. What followed was a nightmare. Evidence mysteriously disappeared, witnesses were silenced, and instead of sympathy, Tan faced public scrutiny. Some online voices coldly told her that, as a celebrity, she should learn to endure more pressure. She was grieving, angry, and utterly devastated, yet forced to fight for justice in a system stacked against her. For a time, it seemed as though her career might collapse under the weight of tragedy. But Tan Songyun endured. She continued acting even while carrying unimaginable grief. Compassionate voices rose to support her, most notably Hee Jeong, a respected host who publicly defended her and pushed the case back into the public eye. By 2020, justice was finally delivered, and the driver was punished. This chapter scarred her, but it also revealed the strength behind her gentle smile. She was no longer just an actress, she was a survivor, and her resilience became a beacon for fans who had faced loss and injustice themselves. In 2019, she starred alongside Rin Jiaoluan in Under the Power. As Yuan Jinxia, she embodied a lively, brave, and kind-hearted heroine. The drama's success was immense, propelling her into the ranks of top-tier actresses. Yet, even in her triumph, there was sorrow. She could not share her victories with her mother. In interviews, when asked about her greatest wish, she said softly, "My biggest dream is to dream of my mother." That vulnerability struck a national chord. Fans saw not just a celebrity, but a daughter still longing for the love she had lost. Fast forward to 2025, when CCTV made the bold choice to air 3 of her dramas in rotation. This was not simply about ratings, it was about symbolism. CCTV was effectively declaring, "This is an actress we trust. This is a cultural representative." The announcement sparked debate. Supporters celebrated it. She has no scandals, she delivers consistent quality, and she represents purity. Skeptics questioned why other stars like Zhao Liang or Yang Zi weren't chosen. But whether praised or criticized, one truth was clear: everyone was talking about Tan Songyun. Unlike many of her peers, Tan does not chase headlines or controversy. She avoids noisy variety shows and endless brand deals, preferring to let her work speak for itself. Her dramas, Go Ahead, Flight to You, The Road Home, are not about flashy spectacle, but about the quiet, healing power of human relationships. Audiences call her a healing goddess. Just watching her on screen, they say, brings peace. Her characters carry warmth and honesty that feel increasingly rare in an era of overproduced glamour. Critics sometimes argue that her roles are too similar, that she risks being typecast. Yet perhaps this consistency is her strength. In a world hungry for authenticity, Tan Songyun remains unshakably herself. What makes Tan Songyun's journey remarkable is that she has become more than an actress. She has become a symbol. A symbol of quiet perseverance in an industry that often rewards shortcuts. A symbol of sincerity in a world addicted to hype. A symbol of resilience in the face of unspeakable loss. Her story tells us that success is not always about being the loudest or the flashiest. Sometimes it is about being true to yourself, no matter how difficult the road may be. And perhaps that is why in 2025, when audiences see her on screen, they do not just see a character, they see a reflection of their own lives, their own griefs, and their own hopes for healing. Her recognition by CCTV sparked a wave of reflection within the industry itself. Younger actors, often obsessed with quick fame and viral popularity, began citing her as a role model. Instead of chasing instant gratification, they pointed to Tan as living proof that patience, craft, and integrity still have a place in the entertainment world. On social media, hashtags like Tan Songyun's quiet strength began trending, not as part of a publicity stunt, but as a genuine movement of admiration. Fans shared their own stories of overcoming hardship, drawing parallels between their struggles and hers. In this way, Tan transcended the traditional boundaries of celebrity. She was not simply consumed as entertainment, she was experienced as inspiration. The symbolic weight of her story also lies in timing. In an era where scandals erupt almost weekly in China's entertainment industry, where careers collapse overnight due to tax evasion, contract disputes, or inappropriate behavior, Tan stands as an anomaly. An actress whose reputation remains untarnished despite the relentless scrutiny of fame. Her clean record, combined with her ability to consistently deliver moving performances, made her the perfect figure for CCTV to elevate. It was not only about artistry, but also about trustworthiness, a trait the Chinese audience now values more than ever in its public figures. Looking at her future trajectory, one can sense both anticipation and curiosity. Will Tan Songyun continue to embody the archetype of the healing actress, delivering soft, tender stories that soothe audiences? Or will she pivot into uncharted territory, embracing darker, more complex roles that challenge her image? Industry insiders speculate that she may take her first significant leap into international cinema in the coming years, as her subtle emotional performances could resonate globally. Already, her dramas are gaining traction on platforms like Netflix and iQIYI International, where viewers from Southeast Asia to Europe are discovering her charm. In fan forums, international audiences describe her as the kind of actress who doesn't act, but simply lives on screen. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of her journey is that Tan herself remains unassuming about her success. In interviews, she rarely speaks of fame, money, or influence. Instead, she emphasizes gratitude for her father, who continues to support her, for her fans, who never abandoned her during her darkest moments, and for her craft, which remains the anchor of her life. She has often said that acting is not just her profession, but her way of connecting with humanity. That humility is why fans fiercely protect her. They see her not as an untouchable goddess, but as someone who feels, struggles, and heals alongside them. In the long run, Tan Songyun's enduring appeal may not rest on her ability to dominate headlines, but on her ability to stay true to herself. The entertainment industry is often described as a storm, beautiful but destructive. Many stars are like fireworks, dazzling for a moment, then gone. But Tan is more like a lantern, steady, warm, guiding people quietly through darkness. And in times of uncertainty, it is not the loudest explosions that people remember, but the small lights that refuse to go out. As we reflect on her journey, from a small-town girl with no connections, to a national actress endorsed by CCTV, to a symbol of healing for millions, it becomes clear that Tan Songyun's story is not just about fame. It is about courage. It is about holding on to yourself when the world tells you to change. It is about proving that gentleness can be powerful and that true resilience often hides behind the softest smiles. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and career of Tan Songyun. If you enjoyed this story, please support us by subscribing to 24H News, TM, leaving your thoughts in the comments, and sharing this video with others. Your engagement helps us bring more inspiring stories to light.